Hi everybody, and let's get painting. I have my favorite cocktail. It is actually kombucha, third eye chai, my favorite of all. So whatever's special for you, put it in a wine glass and feel good today. Plus, just hit that space bar and then catch up and start playing again. The advantages of video. Go into your blue. And again, I'm going to use my bigger brush because I am rushing compared to you. I want to keep this ball brush short for you. So I am using the phthalo blue here. I'm just making sure this gets covered first and then sweep yourself across the canvas. Enjoy the colors of the blues. Don't make it all one color because everything is better when it's got multiple layers. And just keep going over it. This is the third canvas that I have used trying to get my first video done. So as I'm making mistakes, I hope you'll bear with me. I will get better as I practice more and bring you more brushes and cocktails events a la COVID confinement style. So as you can see, I'm just letting the blue spread. Now if I want to spread my paint more, I just dip my brush in a bit of water, make sure it's not dripping wet. And look at that. Like magic, your paint spreads even further. There we go. I like some of the colors that are in here. You can play with this for as long as you want until you're happy with it. Now I have a special trick up my sleeve. I'm going to take a paper towel, moisten it just a little bit in your water, come here on your canvas with the moistened paper towel and twist and rattle all of your clouds in. And then you get some really, look at the depths in these clouds. There we go. I'm going to put one here too. Now I'm using a 12 by 16 canvas. Of course you're going to use whatever you can. It's just, oh, this is a big cloud. So now I'm twisting it to get more of the paint off, exposing some more of the canvas. And that's how I get my white clouds. Not too scary, is it? Put one here. It's easier if your paint is wet, so don't wait for your blue to dry before you put your clouds in. You want to put them in while it's wet. And look at the depth of these. Awesome. And in this painting, remember, we're working upwards because we're looking up. And that is one of the best things to do right now in the midst of this confinement. Start looking up, look forward. We will get over all of this. So now we have this lovely background with some clouds in it. I am now going to mark out where I want my tree. Oh, no, you know what we're going to do? Changing that, we're going to go into our green with our big brush and we are going to start putting in some leaves. I have a little white mixed on this. I'll go back over it again though. Bring out that dark green. Look at that. Yeah. And I'm just mapping out a bit of a shape that I want for my treetop. As we look up at this birch, I know it's hard to tell that now. We're just putting in the foundation right now. And I know that you can do this, because dabbing your paintbrush is not hard. Let's go over here. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure that the canvas doesn't go out of focus for you. These easels are very lightweight, so they bounce when I dab. Do you bounce when you dab? Happy little leaves. Oh, I'm already liking what's happening here. You can't see it, but I can. Just keep dabbing until you get your sections filled that you want. I'm gonna bring these branches way down here. Now I know I'm covering some of my clouds, but gotta sacrifice sometimes for the greater good of the painting. I would really love it if some of you would share your paintings underneath the video. I'd love to see what you're doing. Now I'm going to switch into some red. I'm going to put red. I didn't clean my brush. I just went right in with the green. Leave a little hole in the tree so you can see some of the sky. And look at that, all those leaves coming on. This is where there's magic in painting. You never know until you start playing. So now that I've got some of my background leaves done, brighten a bit of the red bit more. There we go. Oh, and let's put a little bit of it down here too. Just dab, happy little dabs with your brush. There. That's good. I'm happy. So now I'm going to take the angled brush that came in my brush pack from Dollarama. They're great brush packs actually, and I'm thinking of supplying these next time around when we get back to rolling. What I've done is I put it in the white and I'm going to map out my tree trunk. So I know I want my tree trunk up high and off the canvas. So I'll start here, I'll come down, swoop it a little, give it a little bulge, give it a little bit more shape down here. And then just a little wider at the bottom. Maybe a little bit more. There we go. And now I'm going to start up here again. And I'm going to go right over that line and then come off it. Make things just a little wider, but follow these shapes. There we go. And we can widen this a bit more. And just bring it down. There, I'll adjust it a little bit with some white paint. It doesn't matter if the colors drag like that. You see how my white's getting dragged into the green? It's okay. So here I've got the basics of my trunk. I want it to go a little wider here. Yeah. There we go. Now, I'm going to clean my brush so my white stays a little cleaner. Just with a little water. And always remember to wipe it with a paper towel after, so you get the water off and your paint doesn't become runny. There, now I'll have some nice clean white. And I'm just using upward strokes right now so I can get my color of white in. Oh, nice big glob of paint. There we go. And just fill your trunk in. I don't know about you, but this morning, when I was having my morning coffee, I sat down and could hear every bird. I think every bird in Toronto was singing this morning, and you could actually hear them all. It was such a glorious sound. That's the upsides of what we're going through right now. There's some tiny little beautiful things happening. We really should be focusing on those and taking care of ourselves. As much as possible, mental health right now is really important for everybody. We're all suffering the same things to different degrees. So give yourself time to relax. Helps you to focus and not panic. And I can't think of a better way than through art. Okay. So now that I've got the basics of the shape of the tree, I'm going to start giving it a little more shape. Let's have this come a little thicker and bulge out a bit. There. That looks much better. I'll bring this up a little. Now I'm going to give it some reach and some arms. I'm going to put one right starting here, coming this way, and then up, a swoop. Just a swoop. I press down as I get closer to the tree to give it a little bit more thickness. Now I know it's here, so I'm not too worried, and I'm going to straighten this a bit because it bugs me where it is. There we go. I'm going to give another big branch out right here, coming up. And that one probably came from behind, so I'm not going to worry. Let's clean the edge here, but just running along it. There we go. Give it a little twist. Cover some of that blue while I'm here. Here we go. Yes. Now, why don't we give it one branch coming this way, down towards us, and then lighten up your brush to get a thinner end. Press down, lighten up. Here we go, and we'll give it a little branch off here. You can make your tree any way you want. You can put your branches anywhere you want. It's all up to you. You're the artist. I'm just giving you the tips. Okay, so we've got the base now. Now what we're going to do is give it some detail. So I'm going to take my flat brush and I'm going to go into the white, pulls on the side. I forgot to put black on my palette. No, I didn't. And I'm going to mix some black in with the white so I get a little bit of a gray. Mixing colors can be a lot of fun. So I'm going to put some gray here. And I'm going to swoosh slightly concave, because when you have your brush strokes at an angle, it actually gives it a bit of roundness. So your brush strokes really determine the shape of the object. And the shadows just make it work. Now remember, our trunk came down for this little bridge. I'm just going to use the darker gray to be able to see that part of the branch. Thin it out a little with the white. White is your liquid paper. That will always save you. If there's something you don't like, cover it in white. Okay. Now again, let's give it a little bit of shading here with the gray. And we're going to go a little deeper with gray. I added a little more black. And I'm just going to swoop like this. Let my brush stroke tell you where your eye should go. Just slightly curved. And then let's put a few lines just across anywhere you want. No rules, no magic. It's all going to come to life when it comes together. Never judge your painting at this stage. I'm going to bring that shadow way up here and then add a little bit more black. There we go. So that it gets darker as it goes higher up, because that's what would happen. There we go. Again, I'm going to give it a swoop. There we go. I'm going to take that green, I'm going to double dip it with a little bit of the medium brown. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go across with some swoops. Let's keep them the same direction. There, I'd like a little bit more of that brown in there. I like that little shape there. Double dip again, browning. Well, there are many challenges when it comes to doing video painting at home. Delivery men, security calls, the office calls. If I get one of these done in just one take, it's going to be a miracle. Let's get some brown here. Oh, we'll do a spot here with a little stripe. So you can do all kinds of shapes. Don't be afraid. There we go. Give it some character. Willy-nilly, all over the place. I hope you're enjoying the music. I tried to put something relaxing because really, I think we need more relaxation. Even though we're just sitting at home, there's so much on our minds. Sometimes it's nice to just tune out the world because there's not much we can do. Give a little bit of color in here. And again in there. Okay. So that is my brown. I've done. Now I'm going to do some dark brown, and how I'm going to do that is I'll take some of my brown on my palette, move it over with my brush. I'm still using the same flat angle brush, and dip in some black, just a little bit. So see how I moved some over? Go slowly with the black, because if you don't, you're going to end up with a black mess because it's very strong. There, it's slowly getting there. I'm going to add a little bit of red to it. There we go, I like that. Now I can do a bit of highlighting in here. With a deeper brown. Let your brush just swoop across. I'll give it a few little marks here and there. You can just get so lost in the detail of this tree. The more you add, the more to life it comes. A little bit of darkness up in here. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, so I'll do some here. Awesome. So I'm happy enough. If I had all day, I could spend all day adding a little bit more here, a little bit more there. But for today, I am now going to use a liner brush. I'm going to go into my black, and I'm going to start laying all the black details like more branches. So off of our nice little white branch here, I can have a nice black branch coming out. Remember, keep your touch light, especially at the end. And always add a few little twigs here and there to make it more lifelike. Always make sure there's enough paint on the liner brush because they run out more quickly. I'd like to add some nice black branches just in the leaves. It's not even going to connect because somewhere deep in the leaves it's connecting. I'll put another one here. Moving up towards the sun. And I'll bring that branch right down onto my lovely trunk. Give it a bit of a base to attach to the tree when you're bringing them down like that. I'll put another one right here. And it's going to attach right there. So I'll make this wider, bring it down a little towards me. And then add some spindly little additions here and there. Reaching upwards, looking upwards. Oh, the life that's coming into this tree now. Those black branches just make such a difference. Bring my way out there. And again, remember I told you, attach it to the tree. There we go. I can even make this part a little thicker. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Spindly, tiny little twigs here and there. You can even have some branches just peeking out a little. Doesn't really know where they belong. They're just there. Oh, this branch needs some attention, doesn't it? Alright, let's add a nice little twiggly one. Oh, you're coming up and around. There. Some tender branches. I'm going to add one that's coming from behind the tree. Put it this way. Oops. Let's try that way. There we go. So we know somewhere behind there it's attached. And we're going to add more leaves after. Oh, let's have some come off of here too. Here we go. Just swooping my brush, letting the branches fall. There we go. And let's do another one here that's going to be a little spindly. That's off and on. There we go. I like spindly branches. Okay. It needs a few tendrils too, don't you think? There. Oh, I pressed a little too hard with my brush there. That's okay. We can cover it in leaves. Everything is forgiven. Now, before we do any leaves, what we're going to do is use our black and start putting in those lovely black marks that birch trees are known for. So let's put a nice big thick little knot here. And make sure it always trails into a thin line. I'm going to fill it up here. Put a little bit of gray, just so it's not too flat. And let's put one underneath here. So you can do that. It can actually trail under other brush strokes, and it works really well. I'm going to add a little bit of a heavier black here. Let's make this a knot right at the bottom. So we're going to fill it with a little gray in the middle, with a little contrast. There. And that's all it takes to do a knot. Let's make this one a little thicker so it looks like it came from around the tree. You see how I'm curving them, and that's giving the shape as well? We need one here. Oh, that'll do. And let's go under here and make it big right in front of your eyes. Yeah. would love to hear some of your COVID coping stories too, things that you've done that you're proud of under all of the stress and the circumstances. Give yourself some bragging rights. We all deserve them right now. So this is a great place to add your comments. See how I'm just scattering them everywhere. Give this a little bit more, yeah. Now here, we're going to give this branch that grounding it needs. There we go, and I'm going to put a little gray in there because it doesn't have to be all black. Yeah, that shows the shadow from the branch. And we're going to put some here. I'm going old right now because I'm going to really mix it with some white and give it shadow right on the tree. So let's bring that right across so there's that differentiation on this branch. And now let's put some black right here. Yeah, that works for me. You could spend hours putting the details on your tree. And I hope you do. I hope you take the time to take it even further. Try out new things. Now's the time to experiment. We've got nothing to lose in our experimenting. Doesn't work? Try something else. Give that a little blacked out line. Lost in the details. Did you know that when you paint, your blood pressure reduces, your heart rate goes down, and you get filled with these really positive endorphins? That's why you feel so good after. And that's why I think for mental health, it's good for you. Good for me. And it's the next best thing to life. So sorry I can't help you, but you can always shout me a line if you need some help with something. And I can guide you. I'll let you know what you can try to fix it. If it's really bugging you. But you know, you can also do a second version. You don't have to stick to one. Oh, that's wet. So here I'm just adding a bit of stuff willy-nilly. And now, let's go back to our leaves. Clean my brush. I'm going to go back into the green because I want some more of that to come out. And I'm going to dare to cover some of the tree. You don't have to see everything. But we certainly need it there to start. and some up there too. And I'd like to cover a little bit right in there. And up there, yeah. That way the tree is just kind of trying to escape. And guess what? Now we're going to go into our reds here. I want to bring some more of those out again. And I want to leave them thick so I'm not working my dabs too much so that the red can stay brilliant in spots. Let's just cover in more of this. I want this tree to be full. Isn't it nice that you can go outside the lines now with full permission? Now I'm going to take another clean brush. Like that one. And I'm going to take my yellow and mix it with some white on the brush before I dab. The reason I'm doing that is because my yellow is very transparent and I want it to show. I want it to highlight. So here we are, just highlighting in areas where the sun might be able to get through a little. What's happening here? You can just get lost in your brush. And you see, it doesn't take much. You don't need to be a magician to make magic happen when it comes to painting. You just have to try. And somehow, it starts to happen. And before you know it, you have something that you recognize going, oh my goodness, like this lovely birch tree. And you can even make some of the branches hang down a little. Some of them come off, and you can the yellow in there too. And there you have it. You're looking up at a birch tree. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and I hope you will tune in again soon. Thank you so much, and have a happy COVID confinement. Have a great day. I'm just going to cover a little bit more of areas that I'm not too sure about. Feel free to go in, add your colors back. Whatever you disappeared, you can add again. Just gives it more layers and depth. So don't be afraid. Yeah. All right. And there is your birch tree. I hope you enjoyed yourself and that you will come back again. I'll be sure to post as many projects as I can. Have a happy COVID confinement and a great day. Thanks.